Cox Show Instagram hotties, by the way. And you can listen to us anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. If you do that from outside of Ohio, tell me where. And we'll make sure, irrespective of your elevation on the map, we've got people all throughout these United States, Canada, and even a couple of people in Mexico. Kenny is a new listener in Sherman Oaks, California. He's out in the valley. That would be a low elevation, Mary.
Thank you.
Nate is in Tacoma, Washington. Miles and Laura are in Charleston, South Carolina. Mike is in Covington, VA. Danny is a viewer. He watches the show in Fairplay, Colorado. And Brittany is in Portland, Oregon. So thanks, gang. Boy, I feel bad for a girl named Kelly King. She's at the NBC affiliate in Dayton. WDTN. And she was doing a live cutaway outside the hospital, the Dayton VA hospital. And she posted a diatribe on Facebook afterwards because people were driving by and intentionally splashing her. They were hitting puddles behind her live stand-up out there. And she was very upset. And people were like, well, maybe they didn't mean to.
No,
She's like, they absolutely meant to do it. I'm right there. She's like, my day's not over. I'm back at the station. I'm soaking wet. I got a wet dress. Wet boots. I'm writing my story.
That's so neat. That's so funny.
I'm trying to find live video. Oh, there it is. Yeah, do not ever do this to a reporter, is what she says.
What, embed the audio correctly?
Yeah, right. Anyway, she's very upset. It's more visual than anything else, but people are driving by. Because, these girls, they're doing their hair. And
they do all their own stuff.
It's the age of the MMJ, the multimedia journalist, which is a fancy way of saying we don't have cameramen anymore for live shots, so you've got to go out, you've got to set up your own camera, you've got to write everything, you've got to shoot it, you've got to package it, you got to get it back out. That's not a new development, by the way, either. Years ago, when I was still the fresh hot meat in Cleveland, and they sent somebody out from Fox 8 to do a piece on me, and the woman... No spring chicken. I don't recall who it was, but she was nice. But this woman, older than me, was like hauling all this stuff in. I'm like, would you like me to help you?
Her name was Autumn Hen.
Did it in one of the other studios. Did it in the Lake studio, I think, because there's nobody ever in there. And she goes, everything now.
That's crazy.
And they call them multimedia journalists.
It feels like it is not worth it.
Well, people still want to be on television. In a market like Dayton, you're either on your way up or on your way down. She looks young, so this is probably one of her first gigs. I don't know her background, but, she is a Dayton native.
Yeah.
So maybe she's just...
trying to get her bearings?
Yeah, a place like Dayton, you can start in your hometown.
Well, I heard in Dayton, she is making quite the splash.
So just because
But anyway, this is what a year of sobriety has brought you?
I'm hilarious.
Now that's hilarious.
Anyway, also in the motorist's slight defense, have some situational awareness about where you're setting up, too. I'm sure it's frustrating when it's raining and you do have to set everything up.
Right.
You don't just, if you're in a bigger market, there are cameramen and you get in the van. Cleveland, you see people shooting all the time. There's a cameraman, there's a girl, but there are some MMJs at some stations in Cleveland. But at a place like Dayton, you're probably going to do the bulk of the work yourself. But, don't stand next to a storm drain either, because those drains aren't always draining. Sometimes they're pooling and puddling and people will drive past. They're not paying attention that there's somebody there. They're on their phones. They're texting.
Clearly.
They're getting ready to hit another person.
Poor Kelly's she's just trying to keep her head above water, man.
Wow, that's so funny. They're just texting, they're driving. You probably just hit somebody on the way here.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
That's when you become the story. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, how many people, if you take the time and watch as you pass people in traffic?
I try not to look.
They're all on their phone.
I don't want to look.
I'm like, put the goddamn phone down, man. I hate to sound like a curmudge.
I see a person chewing.
Like, Jesus, I don't care about chewing.
Well, I'm saying they're spitting out there chewing tobacco. There's other people with a cheeseburger at the steering wheel.
We've all eaten in our car. We all learned a long time ago how to eat in our cars.
You're
looking at the. Well, that's fine. That's probably good. I'm just saying that you can put something in your mouth and still be looking at the road.
Right.
You know where your mouth is.
Not my
right?
burrito bowl.
When you're eating a burrito bowl while you're it's like I got a fork, I got to tuck the napkin in my shirt.
Spaghetti. I've been like on the way to a gig. Like this is the only
so
food I
gross.
have in my house. I'm eating corn with my fingers.
By the way, the coronavirus has not done any damage that I could see to the Chipotle lines.
Nope.
Man,
Why would it?
I ran into a Jimmy John's last night, and it's right next door to a Chipotle. Goddamn line was out the door at Chipotle. I'm like, wow, that coronavirus. Because I think as this thing goes on and on and on, unless it begins to deteriorate, if it does kind of keep going the way it has for a while, you're going to see fewer and fewer people willing to go out and eat somewhere.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get a little nervous. But boy, that dedication to Chipotle.
Well, it's because they just launched their new queso blanco, Alan. It's just the smooth and creamy texture with just the right amount of kick.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Now, what exactly is the right amount of kick?
Well, it's made
for
with
a queso blanco.
It's made with chipotle and serrano peppers, so I mean, it's just got a little bit of kick that's not overwhelming.
The right amount.
Just the right amount.
I
Not
see.
too spicy. I personally love it.
It sure sounds like it.
Yeah.
I mean, based on that extemporaneous comment that you just gave me about Chipotle's queso blanco,
I feel like you've told us things about your body in the past that would make it difficult for you to enjoy it.
You would think that, but you know what? I've been eating Greek yogurt lately, and it's really starting to reverse that issue. And now I can enjoy all the queso blanco that I want.
wow.
I don't know what the difference is between like when people were afraid to go to the Chipotle line because of what was the E. coli outbreak or something
And
like
that was because of the lettuce.
Well, yeah, that was like directly affecting Chipotle.
Like the food they were using.
That's tied to their place.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm one of their riders because that didn't affect me one bit. I was like, is it worth getting sick? Probably.
Well, no, not only that, you'll never get cleaner food than at a place that has just had an E. coli outbreak. They
say that.
Because they will throw everything out.
yeah.
Yeah, it didn't stop me. I was like, oh my
And
gosh,
the
this is
line.
great. The line, I get in and out. Like I was like the third person in line every single time. I was like, this is great.
Alan, talking about that huge tornado in Nashville. Nashville has Dolly Parton lookalike drag shows, and the heat that rises from all that hot gay action makes Jesus cry, thus forming tornadoes. That's just science. That's good science.
That makes
to me.
sense.
Right.
That makes sense.
That I can
Talking
understand.
about logic, here we go.
That I can understand. So, yeah, you'll pass people, and they're looking down like,
People are obsessed with their stuff, man.
oh, man.
It's like, who's texting you?
I have to put my phone
how's
in
it-
my purse in the back seat.
Or you'll do it.
Yes.
Wow.
I know how weak I am. That's why
Hey.
I'm like, this is what I have to do.
That's,
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
This is, in Poundcake says he doesn't text in the car. Right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah.
That makes me even madder.
Why?
Because on the one hand, yeah, he should not be texting in his car, but he's on Twitter during my show. While I'm talking, he's in there on
to
Twitter.
him, while you're talking to him.
Yes, he's on Twitter while I'm talking to him, but in his car, nope, not going to text. So on the one hand, that's good. That's safe.
safety
That's safe
reasons.
for you and for other people.
Well, one, I have talked to text.
But
and two,
what I'm saying is, because what did he tell us? His excuse for being on Twitter, as I was yelling at him last week, was that he had a Pavlovian response to his notifications going off. Right? Like he's a toddler. He can't not react to something on his phone, which would stand to reason that it's also that would. Wow, why would that change in the car? Because he makes a conscious decision to not do it in the car because it's a safety issue.
No, my phone is on and stuff does light up. But yes, I am driving, but also I have my music playing and I have talk to text. So, I mean, if it was really that important, I could just speak into my microphone that I have that's built into my dashboard. So
The music playing are noises that he can pay attention to, completely unlike our voices. Those are two very different things.
Right. Our voices, collectively, he just zones out.
But I was
He's like,
paying-
man, I wish these people, when they were talking, sounded like Whitney Houston music.
It's not
These people talking sounded like Whitney Houston music, I would be front and center.
It's not an excuse,
Eyes
but
front.
I heard everything you guys were saying. You were talking about the fried McChicken or the fried
McGriddle.
McGriddle. I heard
McGriddle.
what you were talking about. Yes, I shouldn't have been looking at my phone. It was a distraction, and that's why I'm not doing it anymore. I don't even touch it during the show. But
Thank you.
All right. Well, speaking of technology and it affecting your life, here's a situation that a friend of mine is in, and I want to know how you guys would do this. If you had an iPad that your significant other had their phone connected to,
Yes, I would go
like the
through it.
messengers. Would
Yes.
Wait, what did Poundcake say?
He before Bill even finished, Poundcake said,
Yes, I would go through it.
it.
Yes, I would go through it. Yes.
You'd go through it.
But this isn't even what I assume you're saying is it's not even an issue of going through it. It's an issue of because they're connected, the notifications would come up.
Well, it's just a matter of trust. Like, okay,
Right.
it's connected to that. So, do you trust yourself or do you trust your significant other enough to not go through it? And my answer is no. It will always be no. If you have it
You don't
connected,
even have a.
Calm down and slow down a little bit.
Here's my thing. You don't even have
He's
a
so
boyfriend.
Yeah.
going
What if you were with
1,000
somebody
miles an
that
hour
you
in there.
did trust?
How is anyone ever going to tell you that their son is in love with you while you're playing golf? Golf, if you don't trust them. You know, Poundcake, I'm your future father-in-law. And while we're out here hitting the links, I've just got to tell you, despite the fact that you don't trust my son at all, he loves you.
I would like
You don't see that as a complete invasion of their privacy?
I'm sure it is, but I would want them to prove me wrong. I would want to feel bad about going through it. I want to go through
So
there
what if you
and
did?
find nothing.
And then what? Do you feel bad about it?
If I found nothing, yes, I would feel
Do you
bad
tell
about
them?
it.
If I found out that you were going through my stuff, and there's, I mean, whether or not there's anything to find, doesn't matter. But I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah,
I hate
then
this
I would learn
argument
my
so
lesson.
much.
Wow.
I
Then
I
hate
would
this
learn my
argument
lesson.
so much because
Because it's a
if-
leap of faith, Mary.
It's a leap of faith. Here's the thing: if
going
you
through
trust your significant other enough not to go through their things, then that's fine. You're not going to find anything anyway. But if I go through your phone and I find out you're cheating on me, you're not
It's
allowed to be
justified.
mad at me.
Yeah, it's justified.
The person
No,
who
you're-
is no,
I'm
no,
still allowed to
flat
be
out,
mad.
no, you're not. You
You
are
are-
absolutely not. You
you're-
broke the trust by stepping out on our relationship. So you now you don't get to do
let me
that.
ease off the throttle
I
here.
knew I
That
couldn't
makes
trust
me
you.
really,
I knew
really
you
mad.
couldn't trust you in the first place because you went through my phone.
Let
So
me
then why even be in a
establish.
relationship if
was
you're
a
going to be
setup.
sleeping with other people?
Let me
It was a
establish.
pretend, yeah.
Everybody,
I get worked up.
take a second here.
I know.
Now I
Let's-
sound like Poundcake.
Let's establish. I'm assuming this happened to you.
Ah!
All right. So we know where she's coming from. I have.
I know where Bill's coming from.
And I have been in that situation
both
too.
sides.
And the only recourse we have is, well, you shouldn't have gone through my stuff.
That's why it's not a fair argument.
And I agree with you, but it is all we have when we're in that
So
situation.
quit
we go,
cheating on
Like,
people.
I don't want
How
to
about
waste my
that?
time on someone.
If you don't
I
want to be in a
have quit.
relationship,
I
then
did.
get out of it.
Well, yes, and some of us, it takes us a little longer to learn that than others. Some of us have to learn the hard way.
That drives me insane.
I-
Why are you going through my what? Why are you
Better
putting it in somebody else?
Late than never.
And it's happened
Maybe it's
to
not.
me.
Maybe it's not putting it in someone else. Maybe it's just a text.
So
maybe,
what?
Maybe someone has an
And
emotional friend.
Maybe it's a text that could be interpreted as flirty by you, but is actually not.
well, he can ask about it
I feel
afterwards.
like that's pretty cut and dry when things are flirty and when they're not.
But this happened to me. I was in college and I was seeing this dude, and I left my phone like an idiot on the charger when I got into the shower, and he was waiting for me because we were getting ready to go somewhere. So he went through my phone while I was in the shower, and he was just so weird the entire date. And then like at the end when I wanted some, he was just like, "No," and then he just like left.
Were
And
you
then-
cheating on him?
Oh yeah, totally.
No, but you've told,
God.
you've told us this before, and you have also
I
said,
couldn't trust him after that.
but you also couldn't be mad at him either because you would do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
he went through my phone, and now I can't trust him. So I was like, it was
Oh
all
my
for the
God.
best.
But that's all- but
How
that's
about
all-
stop dating people you don't trust
But
on
it's
either
all
end.
it's all projection, though.
People drive
But
me
then when I
crazy.
look back on it, I'm like, I totally would have gone through his phone. I couldn't even be mad.
Right.
Because men out here are pigs, and I need to protect myself.
Okay, first off, you and Mary both jumped on the raw meat so goddamn quickly.
Yeah,
I'm not
I know,
sure what the
right.
rest of Bill's story was.
That was the whole
Well,
thing.
that was
Oh,
kind
it
of the
was?
idea. But like, also, you have to.
Something untoward
There's-
popped up on the iPad?
There's going to be consequences to your actions. So then you get into a situation where
the messages are read and stuff.
you got just enough information to see something isn't on the up and up, but it's not a straight up end of the world situation.
It is. I'm so tired of this. It's not worth staying in a relationship with somebody who cheated on you. I don't care if you're married.
What if you don't
I
know that
care-
they cheated on them?
Or someone who's texting other people salacious things, or things that
it was like
could
real-
be interpreted
I'm
as...
talking like this is someone that met someone, got a number, and then like there was
Why
a
are you
back and
giving
forth.
out your phone number?
Wait a second.
Okay.
So you won't even make a case for having a conversation because something's clearly wrong.
If they are giving out their phone number to strangers, oh my God, it was so good meeting you. Why are you doing that?
Well, then what? So there's no room for a conversation for you to
Okay,
go,
giving
hey,
out your
why
phone
did
number
you
to
do
strangers,
this?
fine. But I'm saying if you find them clearly cheating,
Well, that's different.
That's different.
what-
But some
and that's
people
not the
have. But
situation.
some people have that conversation too.
I won't have that conversation again. I've had
saying
that conversation too many times.
there's-
If you cheat
there's-
on me, we're done.
There's-
Maybe we should ask the question: why is Mary so cheat-onable?
We've been over this. I am the perfect side, and I don't want to be a side piece. Please don't hit me up if you're married or whatever. I'm busy all the time. I'm career driven, and I don't want anything serious. So people think, oh, I can do whatever I
Well, then
want.
why are you dating someone to whom you can't give any appreciable time in the first place, Mary?
No. The last relationship I was in, I gave all of my time to, which might have been one way to go, but I think that
Like a few
once,
months ago, you're saying you're okay with like an open relationship, but you just have to discuss it first.
if we're
That's
open
agreed.
and that's how you go
Yeah.
into it, then that's a
That's one
completely
thing.
different
Right.
thing than we are
Okay,
a
good point, good
monogamous
point.
couple.
Listen, my first
and
marriage,
I'm giving out my number.
my first marriage, we had an open relationship.
She didn't know that.
In that, I left my email open. See, this is before like iPads and
Yeah.
stuff. I was an idiot,
But
and
similar situation.
similar
I am-
situation,
I
just a
don't-
bit more old school.
I don't know that I would be able to, even if they explained it away. That trust is gone.
And again, that's your prerogative. A lot of people take kind of a wider view of it. You know, it's easy to say in your situation, not so easy. People that've got kids and a house and a life, you can see why they reach a different conclusion.
I'm respectful. I wouldn't go through their stuff.
You would just cheat on them. Sorry, that came out of my broken heart.
It's very easy for
the
people
past,
who have.
yes.
It's very easy for people who only have themselves to consider to go, I'm out, forget it. And you're lucky if
You're
you
right.
only have yourself to
If you
consider.
have kids, it's different. If
Of
you're
course.
Or
married,
kids, or you're like, just this person is part of your life.
so what?
Like,
Yeah, I'm
It's a
clearly
lot.
not that important in your life. Clearly. I'm not. I'm no longer the number one person in your life.
Sometimes people have to be reminded of their priorities.
wait, does it make you less than number one?
If you're giving out your number with salacious intentions to other people, yes.
Hey,
Our
That
relationship
moves
is
them to number one?
no. I'm saying our relationship is now no longer the most important thing to you. Now your ego, your
What if
sex
it never
drive.
was?
Well, then that's a different conversation. You shouldn't have been in that relationship to begin with.
Your relationship
wait,
is supposed to
so
be
be
number
number
one?
You shouldn't be replacing it with other people.
Hey, Joe in Philly.
Yo, what up, guys?
What up?
Hey, Mary, trying to be my number two?
Can't wait.
I was a scumbag in college. I did cheat on my girlfriend, now wife.
Wait, you didn't cheat on your girlfriend and now your current wife?
For someone with a bigger
No,
penis.
no.
Oh, okay.
I cheated on her in college, freshman year. We broke up. We graduated college, made our way back. Now we're married.
But you have kids now, too.
Yeah.
Mary,
cheated
is it any
since?
different if someone cheats with a person of the same sex?
Yeah.
It's the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're still cheating.
Right, but there's an added element of curiosity there that they didn't feel comfortable they could tell you about.
Yeah, so...
Well, we're not going to continue in our relationship if I'm with a man who wants to be with men.
But he doesn't know he does. He just put his tongue on it.
Okay,
He
and
just
if
put his tongue on it,
That's fine.
and he wanted to know.
But I'm not. Okay, you still cheated on me.
But he didn't feel comfortable telling you, I just want to put my tongue on it.
I don't know. I'm not comfortable with you cheating on me. But if you're exploring your sexuality, go for it. You should be doing that on your own anyway. I'm
What
not
if
going
he
to stay
breaks up?
tethered to
What if
somebody.
he breaks up with you per your specifications? Right, does the right thing, puts his tongue on it a couple more times, and then goes, "Not for me. It's all
Get out of
about
my system.
As
It's
long
all
as we're
about
broken
you."
up, and he says, "I need a little bit of time to find out if this is what I like or
And
not."
then he
I say,
comes
"You go
back
have
and he
fun."
goes, "I found out it's not that. I want to put my tongue back on you, not on
Yes.
this guy." You go, "Cool. Park that tongue
Tongue it
here."
up.
Okay,
Yeah.
tongue it up.
Tacos, not sausage.
And you guys are happy, Joe?
Yeah, we're happy. So, I mean, I
Does she ever bring it up though? Because they can always bring
throw
it
it back
back
in
up.
your face.
I love that.
Always bring it back up.
Oh, we love that. We love it when we can bring. We love having something to hold against you. Like
It
that's what
doesn't
we
even
wanted
have to
in
be
the first
cheating.
place.
It could be anything.
Don't do
even
things that are wrong. Pretty
Something
simple.
Okay, just be
something,
perfect.
Pretty simple.
something
Just be
equally
perfect.
as bad,
Yeah.
like not emptying the dishwasher.
Yeah. I'm not saying be perfect. I'm saying be faithful. There's
All
a
right,
difference.
thank you, Joe. There's Joe in
Get
Philadelphia.
to answer. Y'all were going back and gosh, you guys are worse. I would have rather one of you two cheat on each other, damn it. So you guys can just break up already.
I just don't think that there's any excuse for it.
There's sometimes an
There's
excuse.
no excuse.
Wait, but
Break
what
up
if-
with
what
your
if you-
significant
What
other.
if
No
you
one's
wanted
saying
to,
you're
but you
wrong.
don't want to break up?
Well, then you don't get to have your cake and eat it
But
too.
what if she
Get
doesn't-
out of a relationship. You're
Listen,
not meant to be in a relationship
some-
if you want to be sleeping with other people.
It's like a monkey. They don't let go of one branch, so they got their hand on another one.
Tarzan.
That's how they get through the jungle.
no, and that's
You
we're
wouldn't
not
leave a
Tarzan.
job until you had another one lined up, right?
Yeah, but that's different than an emotional,
Don't I
intimate
get severance?
relationship. No, Mister.
Get some severance, D.
6 weeks of relationships under your belt.
Do you even know anything about new relationship energy?
I don't care.
Listen, Mary
You
has...
will not budge me on
No,
this.
Mary, and we're not saying you
I'm
should.
not-
Mary, I'm not playing devil's advocate with you. You just have a very specific view on the subject.
I'm very adamant. If you want to sleep with somebody else, there's no reason for you to be in your current
What if
relationship.
there
There
is
you
an emotional bond forming with someone else?
That's just as bad.
But if you snoop and find nothing, then you
Now
have
you're in
you
A.
have broken
Well,
the
yes.
trust.
Right.
Right,
Yes,
but
100%.
like if you snoop, you find someone, you see that they've been texting, and they're just texting all the time. There's nothing salacious about it, but they're just texting all the time.
See, that's
does
when
that
you
work?
shouldn't even be in somebody's phone to begin with.
What do you mean?
I'm saying if you're either gonna find something and be upset about it, or you're not gonna find anything and be guilty or like feel guilty about it.
Well, that's why I wouldn't go in someone's phone.
Right, but I'm saying if so, say I went through somebody's phone, my boyfriend's phone, and I found him and some chick are texting nonstop. That raises concerns. They haven't done anything yet, but clearly he's devoting a lot of his time and energy to this person.
Right. But if someone were to go through my phone, they'd see that me and you text all the time.
We don't. First of all, are you like we'll text? Bring me Chipotle. Hey, what time's the show? That's the kind of
We
text.
have
That's sexy
conversations.
talk to a lot of
Also, you
people.
don't know
Bring me
how much
Chipotle.
I text other people either. Like, you're the person I probably text second most.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
I don't
text a
know.
lot of people that much.
I don't just. If you don't trust somebody enough that you need to go through their phone, then that should be the first red flag that this is a problem in the relationship. If you're sitting there insecure to the point of I gotta see what he's doing,
Yeah.
I need to know, then maybe this isn't a healthy relationship to be in the first
That's
place.
kind of what I want
All
to
right,
hear.
I've got to break, but I've got people on hold. So if they can hold, I'm going to unleash.
Stay here.
I'm going to unleash them on you when
can't
we
wait.
get back. Okay. I don't know what. I'm not saying it's one way or the other.
Okay.
And I was kind of playing devil's advocate here because I knew Mary.
Bill was
had
getting
a
you all
lot
worked up.
to
And
say
you-
about this subject.
Because I have a very
And you-
intense
yes,
feeling
bit.
about it.
Yes. And
Hook, line, and sinker.
no, but she
care.
said exactly what I wanted her to say.
If you are insecure enough to go through their phone, then that's the problem in the first place. That should be the first red flag, that you're not secure in your relationship. The
Yeah.
trust, you already don't trust this person.
So many red flags.
So many. Why do they gotta be red?
Well, mean stop.
True.
All right. Trevor Noah, his Daily Show is going to be on hiatus for a minute, so he's going to be doing some stand-up dates, one of which at the MGM Northfield Park Center stage, coming up the 14th, a week from Saturday. So if you want to see Trevor Noah live, I'll hook you up after this break. 35192 if you want to text.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.